This video you are about to watch will change how you see the Western world. The Western system is built on one principle. You always come back for more. You buy a diesel car. The fuel finishes, so you come back for more. You buy medicine. It works for a short time, then finishes, so you come back for more. Even with electric cars, you drive, the battery runs down, and you must come back to recharge. Nothing is made to last forever. There is always a point where you must return and spend again. That is their business. But Maxwell Chikumbutso is different. He is fighting to break free from that cycle. Imagine buying an electric car that charges itself and never needs you to come back. That is the future he is pushing for. Watch this video now.
As the fight to break free from the chains of costly energy rages on, two names echo loudly in our hearts. If Nikola Tesla was the Moses guiding us to a promised land of endless power, then our Maxwell Sangulani Chikumbutso and Aptera Motors are Joshua and Caleb, scouting the path to this freedom. Hold on though, they haven't fully led us to the finish lines yet. Today, we're diving into a head-to-head showdown between these two modern heroes of free energy, focusing on their bold push to create self-charging cars that ditch gas and plugs for good. Who's done more to earn the crown? We're breaking it down by how long their tech has been around, what they've built, the support they've rallied, the money they've raised, the roadblocks they've faced, the acceptance they've gained, and the tests they've passed. This battle proves one thing: big wins don't come quick. Only pregnancy test does. And when she is the wrong girl, the test is even quicker. By the end of this video, you'll be rethinking everything about these two giants. The social media is buzzing, arguments flying left and right. Chikumbutso's pulling energy from thin air. Fans, especially the African-based ones, scream. Meanwhile others, more from the United States-based snapback. Aptera's solar cars are actually hitting the road. People are picking sides, debating who's closer to ending our reliance on fuel. But don't choose yet, we're digging deep, matching every cheer with a reality check from the other side, keeping this race tight. Stick with us as we uncover and separate their facts friction one by one until where the stakes explode and you can't help but finally make your pick. The Maxwell Chikumbutso fans argue that Aptera is just the Western copycat of the Maxwell Chikumbutso's invention. Only this time, Aptera carefully decided using solar panels and already accepted tech to replace Maxwell's work of radio frequency energy. They argue that this is just in a bid to avoid being labeled as violating all the universal laws. But is this claim really true? Let's unpack from their origin, and maybe we could find a guide to that answer once and for all. When were they born? How long have these technologies been in the game? Not the people, but the ideas themselves, since they were born. Available reports show that the rave of Chikumbutso's Microsonic energy device, grabbing power from radio waves, kicked off around 2013 with Safe Technologies. It's been over a decade of fighting skeptics, with a big comeback in 2025 showing off working models. He's been at it for years, powering stuff in Africa while the world slept on him. His fans cheered, pointing to early drones and cars that seemed to defy science. But Aptera's crew fires back. We've been grinding longer. Their solar-powered car idea started in 2006, crashed with a 2011 bankruptcy, and bounced back in 2019, hitting 2025 with polished prototypes. That's to say that Aptera's got nearly 2 decades of hustle tweaking solar panels to near perfection, they argue. Now you know who came first, right? Aptera's got the edge in years, but Chikumbutso's supporters are not stopping.
Welcome to Unveiling Tech. Before we dive in, make sure you're ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about energy, cars, and the future. As the fight to break free from costly energy continues, two names echo loudly around the world.
Through a clean cross that appeared to be landing, they argued that support is where the passion really shines. Insists that Chikumbutso's got a movement, from everyday folks in Africa, to a 2025 meeting with Zimbabwe's president. Investors, like a Mozambican businessman, have poured money into his prototypes, and social media's buzzing with calls to protect him. People love him because he's fighting for the freedom of the world, not some big company, they say. On this, Aptera's fans aren't backing down, they just rolled and replied with an overhead shot. They argued that Aptera has a bigger crowd, with thousands of supporters online and a whopping 47,000 pre-orders. That is not all. Aptera has won awards like a top EV nod at CES. They've built a loyal army. No denying that Chikumbutso's got some big names, but Aptera's got real people investing because they've seen the cars work, they argue. Well, we in TechNivers think this is a tight race. Chikumbutso's grassroots vibe versus Aptera's fan-driven momentum, and this will be leading us to the money talk.
United States push back, pointing to Aptera's solar cars already rolling on the road. People are picking sides, debating who is closer to ending our reliance on fuel. But don't rush to choose yet. We're digging deeper, matching every cheer with a reality check from the other side, keeping this race neck and neck. Stick with us as we break down the facts, friction by friction until the stakes explode, and you can't help but finally make your pick. Chikumbutso's fans argue that Aptera is simply a Western copycat of his invention. The difference? Instead of using Maxwell's bold idea of harvesting radio frequency energy, Aptera chose the safer route. Solar panels, an already accepted technology. Supporters claim this move was made to avoid being accused of breaking scientific laws. But is this argument really true? Let's trace their origins and see if we can finally find an answer. When did these ideas really start? Not the people, the technologies themselves. Reports show that Chikumbutso's micro-energy device, which claims to capture power from radio waves, emerged around 2013 under safe technologies. Over a decade later, he made a big comeback in 2025 with working prototypes. He has been powering devices in Africa while much of the world looked on, and early drones and cars seemed to defy conventional science, earning cheers from his fans. Aptera's team fires back. Their solar-powered car concept began in 2006, hit a bankruptcy in 2011, then rebounded in 2019, culminating in polished prototypes by 2025. Nearly 2 decades of refining solar technology gave them a clear experience advantage. So, who came first? In terms of years, Aptera has the edge. Chikumbutso's supporters don't stop there. They argue that true passion shows in grassroots support, from everyday people in Africa to a 2025 meeting with Zimbabwe's president. Private investors, like a prominent Mozambican businessman, have funded his prototypes, and social media buzzes with calls to protect him. Fans admire him for fighting for the world's energy freedom, not big corporations. Aptera's supporters push back hard. They note a larger, global following. Thousands online, with 47,000 pre-orders. That's not all. Aptera has also won awards, including top EV recognition at CES, building a loyal international fanbase. At Techniverse, we see this as a tight race. Chikumbutso's grassroots movement versus Aptera's fan-driven global momentum. Funding matters.
Who's got the cash to make it happen? This one's a big deal in the debates. Chikumbutso's supporters say he's done wonders with little, pulling in millions from private investors like that Mozambican tycoon to fund cars and home power systems by 2025. He's turning small bucks into big breakthroughs. No corporate handouts needed, they boast. But Aptera's team laughs that off. We've raised way more, $140 million just from 2019 to July 2025, mostly from fans crowdfunding. They've used it to build real prototypes and start production, avoiding the investor traps that sank them before. Chikumbutso's funds are hush-hush. Our money's out in the open, building cars you can see, they counter. Aptera's got the bigger bankroll, but Chikumbutso's fans argue he's done more with less. Interestingly, this argument leads us straight into a part of both teams we have given very little attention to. How much have both teams been given in support for this project, and what have they shown with it to deserve more? So, what have they built so far with what they have been given? This is where the arguments get heated. Chikumbutso's team brags about a whole lineup: drones, cars, motorbikes, even TVs and generators, all running on free radio wave energy. By 2025, he's powering homes in Zimbabwe and showing off self-charging cars from cheap $6,000 models to fancy $50 million ones. Maxwell Chikumbutso has built an entire system, cars, drones, you name it, despite crazy odds, his fans say, hyping up road trips in a 2025 success event with a publicly stated fund of only $500,000 given to him by the late Dr. T.D. Amida. Aptera's side pushes back. Talk's nice, but where's the proof? They've got a sleek 3-wheeled solar car that gets 40 miles a day from sunlight alone, plus a battery for up to 1,000 miles. Real prototypes hit the road in 2025 with 47,000 pre-orders to back it up. We've got working cars, real tests, and fans already signing up, they say, pointing to CES 2025 demos. Well, up to you, fams. Who do you think have done better with what has been given? Aptera, with over $240 million received from inception in 2006, and showing the world a 3-wheeled car powered by the sun for up to 40 kilometers a day with 47,000 pre-orders. Or Maxwell Chikumbutso, who has showed 3 cars running the road endlessly, drones flying, motorbike driving around, generators powering homes, and TV giving smiles to families, all powered by his Microsonic energy device with only $500,000. Let us see your vote in the comment.
Battery backup. Videos and data are publicly available. Chikumbutso's methods remain less transparent, while Aptera's results are easier to verify. Both have made progress, but neither side has fully silenced all skeptics, making it a dead heat. Wow, what a ride. The internet is buzzing with debates. Is Chikumbutso the lone genius breaking all the rules, or is Aptera the team making solar dreams real? Jump into the comments and tell us who you think is leading the charge to free us from energy dependence. Who else should we compare with Maxwell Chikumbutso? We're reading every comment and will keep you updated on the latest in the